This video is going to show you how to use docAppender with Google Forms to collect student writing samples. docAppender is an add-on that you will add to your Google form, and it will take information that you collect in your form from every single student and put it onto a Google Doc so that you can more easily read student writing samples. docAppender isn't really for use with collecting multiple choice answers. It's for collecting short answer or essay type writing samples. And it's most useful when you're collecting data over and over and you want to analyze it over a period of time or have it all in one place where you can easily find it. Once docAppender takes the information out of your Google form, it can appear 3 different ways on the piece of paper that you assign it to. You can have it so that your questions end up over here and all of your answers end up in there. And this is called vertical because your questions are lined up vertically and their information is lined up vertically. Or you can collect it horizontally, and that way your questions are spaced horizontally and so on, or you can have it in a bulleted list. So you'll assign this in Google Classroom, and I would suggest that you have the assignment in Google Classroom the same name as the piece of paper that you're going to hand to them, but it doesn't have to work that way. You'll go to Google Classroom and create an assignment. When you create an assignment in Google Classroom will automatically create a folder where all of this information is going to be. We are going to go to Google Drive and bring in that piece of paper that I just created. We're going to add that to the assignment. You need to make sure that every student has a copy. And that's what's going to allow you to collect things a certain way in the form that you are going to use. When you set up the form, the first question you're going to have is the name. You can see that here those options are already filled in because of what we did with docAppender and Google Classroom. You usually want to ask the students what date they are completing this work for you so that you can track things over time. You might want to ask about class period. You might want to ask if there's more than one assignment you've had them turn in using this form. They would need to select that for you. You could also have a text option that they're writing in here or some multiple choice options. But the main things you want to have are name, and then that's just going to be blank multiple choice question or a drop down style question. And then you do usually want date and class period. So now you should have created a Google form for collecting whatever it is you want to collect, and you should have created a piece of paper that you're going to hand out to the students. So you go into Google Classroom and create an assignment, and we need to add some things. And we need to add the form. So now you need to go back to your form. Now that you've assigned that, it's created these pieces of paper with your students' names on them. And this is how you're going to get docAppender to collect things from the form. Click on Add-ons and docAppender. Open the sidebar. And the first thing you need to do is find the folder where those pieces of paper exist. And once you've chosen the folder, click Next. You'll need to click Refresh List, and then we'll choose the name option, and then save and populate selected questions. And you can see that it takes the names of the 2 students in the class. If you have 30 students, it'll put all of them right there. And so now they are populated for you, and we should be able to click Next. Sometimes it gets stuck here and won't move on to question number 3. So you can try that a couple of times. If it doesn't work, you can click Refresh, and you will have to open this up again. And now we're on to step 3. You might want the timestamp. The name is already going to be on their piece of paper, and you'll want the other ones collected. And usually this works best. There are 3 different options that I showed you. Usually this one works the best. And then we click Enable. Now if we go to the form, we can choose this, choose the date and the class period. If we look, again, this shows you, I chose the vertical view. And so all of my information is vertical. The student's information is vertical, just like in the example that I showed you. So it takes everything out of the Google form and puts it in here. And you can see this would be a lot easier to read bigger chunks of text than if it were in a spreadsheet.